Sound check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. What a save by the goalkeeper! And she finished it! Hello guys, welcome to Gaming Frame Super Sunday. We are here for our first ever Cosmopolitan Division 1 game. Very exciting. We're out in New Jersey. We've got a beautiful field behind us. The rain is holding off for now. Today we're going to see Beyond FC facing off against Hoboken FC 1912. We're about to have the reserves kicking off behind us, and at 2 p.m. the first teams will kick off. And very excited for that game. Hoboken currently sitting third in the table, just 4 points off of the second place spot. And Beyond, a bit further down, they're 10th, but they are only 6 points away from 4th. So a good result for Beyond could really rock them up the table, and Hoboken still chasing that top promotion spot. So without further ado, guys, let's have a look at our starting lineup. We have Adrian Hurtis, who will be starting in the middle. We have who will be leading the line today, Ahmed Ashur. The team manager, AJ Himani. And thank you to AJ for bringing us in today. We have Alex Bullet. And in goal, we're going to have Anton Kondrashov. Going to have in the right wing, Christian Whitney Smith. Going to have Isaiah Smith sitting behind him at the right back position. And it's Jay Fatura as well in the squad today. We have Jeffrey Lee in the squad. And George Castro out on the left wing. And Panos Pantazis, who is going to be in the centre back. We've got Rafael Plaza. We have Jeffrey Lee. Oh, we have George Castro. I think we've already seen him, but yeah, we've seen a couple of these already. And yeah, let's go to the lineup. We've got a couple in there already. We've got Vespin Gashi and Zaid Masood. And that is our lineup, guys. Also got, not including there, we've got Sam Halsey as well there today. And Alexandre at left back. And the reserves, Beyond reserves, are sitting second bottom in the table, so a little bit lower. Hoboken reserves higher up. And it is a super pitch we have here today. Now, just run you through that formation for Beyond FC reserves. They're going to play a 4-2-3-1 with, as I said before, Kondrashov in goal, Vespin Gashi and Pantazis at the centre back together, Alexandre at left back, Isaiah Smith at right back, Hiatos and Halsey in the centre midfield, Masood in the attacking midfield position, Whitney Smith at right wing, Castro left wing, and Ahmed Ashur will be leading the line. And referee making his final checks. And we're off and underway. Beyond FC kicking off in the black. Hoboken in the white. And let's see what these reserves have for us today. It's played through. An early chance for Hoboken. They're coming down the right. And it's cutting inside, and it's well dealt with by Pantasis there. But very nearly early breakaway for Hoboken there. And it's whipped in. And it's fallen on the edge of the box. Hitting towards the back post and just shepherded out, but still with Hoboken. And it's a good ball in the back post and should have been an opener in the first minute. Free header. It's an excellent ball whipped in, but beyond escaping that one. And there's Ashur. Going to bank into Halsey, just a little bit long with his pass. And ball just pinging around in there. Nice, well cleared out by the skipper. Pantasis there. Oh, sorry, that's Gashi, yeah? And it's tossed down the line, and Gashi just winning a thrown off of his shins. And they're coming down again, Hoboken. They started well. One by Halsey. Sab long brought down well by Masood, but a little bit loose there with the pass. Back with it now, and Halsey looking for the switch out to Castro, and he's got it now, Castro. Twisting and turning, and he's done really well there. And he's coming forwards now. Just a good foot in there by Hoboken. That's clear out down the line. But Halsey back on it, getting a 1-2 with Smith. And he's still pushing. He's got some space to whip it in, Halsey. Whipped it towards the back post. Hoboken managed to clear it out. And here's Alexandre. Hoboken coming away with it and looking for a pass. Smith getting across well just to cut that out. So it's sold Whitney Smith a little short there. Tossed the line, and sure wasn't able to hold it up. And it's sent long, and Smith getting out well there. But they've still got it, Hoboken down in the corner. We're back in, and ball's bounced around awkwardly. It's going to fall for the striker, and he's going to finish it. Beyond just couldn't get it out. It was just bouncing around in there, and a grateful Hoboken striker opening the scoring for the reserves team. And reserves score first blood in the 5-minute mark. And Gashi looking over the top for Ashore. And Hoboken working it out on the right. Pansis just doing enough to pressure the Hoboken player, and it's gone out for a throw-in. And Hoboken working that out well from back, and coming forwards. It's played up to the midfielder, and the left back is steaming forwards. And Gashi not kicking it where he wanted to, but getting enough of it to keep away from the attacker, and Kondrashov gratefully gathering. And there's a Pansis bringing it out. Forward to Ashore. And Castro now. Getting it back to Ashore. And Hoboken again playing it well out of the back. Push forward. Gashi with a hard tackle, and they're coming forward, so Hoboken. Smith getting his foot on it. But Hoboken with the early goal and having the better of the early exchange in this game. Moving the ball out well from the back. And he's going to whip it into the front post, and the striker tried to just get a little outside the foot flick. Didn't get the connection he was looking for it. And Ashore turning well. And he's got a lot of white shirts around him, and just lost his control on it. And they're bringing it out, Hoboken, and he's turned nicely there, the striker. Looking in behind, and Kondrashov was caught in two minds for a second, but in the end, coming out well to gather it. Kondrashov just opting for the route one up to Ashore. And Ho just leaping up high there to try and challenge for that. Best back with Hoboken again. Pantis just getting caught on it there, but getting well on the second one. And it's a lovely turn by Masood. And Asur's looking for Hiotis, who had kept moving forward from the midfield position. It was a decent idea, just overhit the pass. And they're coming out again, Hoboken. That's a good win back by Hiotis, and here's Masood with it. Going back to Halsey. And it's looking up for Castro there on the left wing, where the pass is just not quite connecting for the beyond players right now. And Halsey anticipating that well, then getting a little 1-2 off the referee. And Castro's pulling away on the left, and Halsey looking out for him. He's very wide, Castro, but he's got some options in the middle. And he chips in towards Masood, but Masood is all alone up there in the box. Smith with a good industrial tackle there, and here's Ashore. Just getting crowded out there by the Hoboken players, and they contained him well so far. And free kick just called on beyond. He's a little bit late there, Hiotis, with a slide. And pushing down the right, Hoboken. He's doing on. Coming forwards again. Can they fashion? What's going to fashion? And Halsey getting out, but only as far as a white shirt. They've got some more pressure. And Smith doing well there, just to read that and clear it out. And the skipper, Gashi, launched it down the line, but only as far as a Hoboken shot again. And they're breaking down the right again, Hoboken. And it's an early cross from deep, and Smith's going to have to deal with it. Gets out well. Just bouncing awkwardly in there. But Hoboken have been moving the ball across the field really well. And Beyond are going to have to defend another corner. Ball's whipped in, and it was a big leap by Hoboken. Couldn't get the direction he wanted on it. Smith looking long for Ashore. And Ashore unable to get onto that one. That's one back by Beyond, and here's Castro. Into Masood, and it's a nice one too, and Castro's still coming forwards, and it's a good strike. Straight at the keeper though, and keeper spilled initially, but best bit of play from Beyond Reserve so far. Nice one too, between Castro and Ashur there. Oh, sorry, Masood. Just a little warning for Hoboken, who've looked comfortable so far. And he's let that ball come out, and here's Fatura with the throw. And the Captain Gashi's launched it in Roy Delap style, and it's cleared out initially. Back with Gashi, and he's gone for the spectacular, but would have taken something very special to score from there. Worth a try. And played on the line, and he's just tried to feint Smith, and Smith in a foot race, and they've ridden over the Gazi's tackle. And they've got some numbers coming in. The Otis with an important header there just to get that out, but it's back with Hoboken again. And he's got a lot of space here, the right winger. He's got 3 options in the box. What can he find? And the Otis doing a really good tracking back run. Every Beyond FC player is back in the box, and 7 white shirts to aim for Hoboken. Whipped into the near post. Partially cleared out, still bouncing around dangerously. And it's cleared out there. And they're coming back in, Hoboken, and rode the tackle. Some decent footwork, but couldn't get the final shot he was looking for. And Kontrov just putting his foot through that, and Ashur's going to have to fight for the scraps again. He's done well there, Ashur. And here's Masood. And Ashur with a nice ball back into Masood. And Otis with the right idea, just couldn't execute the pass. Hoboken making the first substitutions today. It's Halami's coming on into the centre of midfield, or it looks like attacking midfield, sorry, for Masood. I think it's Boulet who's come on in the centre forward position. And that's a little bit late, but the referee's playing advantage. And it's switched out to the left winger. And he's giving it down to the forward. He's been pushed very wide though, and he's not able to keep it in. And it's played forward to Hamami. And he's won them a corner Beyond FC. And only 5 Beyond players up there in the box. And it's whipped in towards the back post, towards Hermani. And he just went over him. It's a decent ball in by Fatura though. And they're looking along there, Hoboken, and it's a good ball up to the winger. And he's steaming down the left. Gashi doing just about enough to drive him out wide, but it's cut back in. And Konstrov's got a hand in it, it's still around. And it's dropped to him at the back post, and the winger is just a fraction away from getting the finishing touch on that. They've got a lot of pace, the Hoboken front line, and it's caused Beyond FC a lot of problems so far. And Otis with a really nice flick on. And here's Himami. And tossed down by Gashi, and Fatura can only get it back out again. That's Smith getting a good foot on it there. Back with Hoboken. Played out to the winger. He's got a little bit of space. Whips it in. And it's well out by Pantasis. Mami getting his header on it. But Hoboken containing it again, and they've looked very solid at the back so far, Hoboken. Haven't given much space in behind, and as soon as the strikers received it to feet, they've really closed down quickly. Pantasis forwards and looking to set away the centre forward, but couldn't find him. And it's almost a really nice pirouette by the Hoboken player then. But Hoboken's coming forward again. The centre back driving through the middle. He's got a couple of options ahead of him. Just looking for the shooting opportunity. He's driving down the edge of the box. And Pantasis just about doing enough to get that ball back. Hoboken making another pair of substitutions. And it's fed out well to the winger, who's been finding a lot of space so far in this game. Just opposite the keeper, and Smith getting it. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to Lily and Aziz for tuning in. Thanks so much for supporting the teams, guys, and for supporting the live stream. Hope you're enjoying it. And it's Hoboken who lead with the goal very early in the game. And they've definitely had the better so far of the match. Kept the ball well and looked solid at the back. But still plenty of game left to go. Only about 20 minutes in. And here comes Beyond now. pushing on the right. It's a little bit of a loose pass up to Hermani. They're going long. Smith getting a good solid head on it just to clear it out. And they're looking long again for the left winger, just straight offside, at least in the referee's eyes. And it's hit up long, and I don't think Hermani was expecting that to come through to him. But Castro's still pushing it. Hoboken fullback very coolly wriggling away from that pressure. And it's sent out long, and Hoboken have got a breakaway here. They're coming down the right. The keeper is steaming out. He's chipped over him, and it's going to have to go off the line. And Pansis keeping it at 1-0 there. Hoboken going to have another opportunity here from the corner. And it's whipped in. It's a good ball. And it's coming at the back post, and could not control the volley, but really good delivery in. And all the Hoboken corners so far have been of high quality. Gashi sending it along to Castro. And he's won it back, Castro. And he's got Hermani on his right. Skipped around one tackle. And he's got brought down on the second one. And they're going to have a free kick here beyond. About 30 yards out. Hermani standing over the ball. Three men in the Hoboken wall. Hermani standing over it. And he's bent it in, and it's just flashed by the post. It's an excellent strike by Hermani there. And it's a good win back by Hotis. Fatura giving it into Halsey. And Halsey's got Castro, who's done a nice step, and Alexandre, the left back, in fourth position, back to Castro. Castro whips in, but it's a little deep, the ball. And it's cleared out, and the referee playing a good advantage there. And their right winger has got acres of space, the Hoboken. But he's just been forced by that pass to go back. And Hermani doing well just to wrest that ball back there and getting a free kick for beyond. Fatura this time is going to bend it in, and it's going to go out for a beyond corner, and they're just having a little spell of pressure at the moment beyond. their first real sustained one of the half. And guys, as we get this ball retrieved, just a reminder, we have got the first teams of Beyond FC and Hoboken right after this game, kicking off at 2 p.m. So stick around for that one. Really looking forward to that game. So here we are, back with the reserves and Beyond with the corner now. And it's whipped in. Cleared out. And Smith's lost out on that one. And it's a crunching tackle by Gashi there. It's important he made that one because Beyond FC were looking for the counter-attack. And they're coming forward again, and the left winger was looking for that pass in behind. I think he knew he had strayed offside. Gashi hitting up long. Fatura doing well to keep it in. And Halsey just about managing to keep it. There's a lot of white shirts back. Let's give that to Liam. And it's fallen to Hamani. He's got a shooting chance and he didn't catch that right. But the chance is still in. Here's Alexandri. Finding into Hiatos, and Hiatos just trying to dink it in towards that back post. We're just past the 30-minute mark in the game. And Hoboken overall having the better of the game, but Beyond FC have just had a good spell these last 5 minutes and started to test Beyond's defence a little bit. And Umami closing that down well. Then Hossi getting the second one in. Toss back in, Smith getting a toe on it. And here comes the Hoboken right back. Pushing forwards. He's going to bend in towards the back post, but comfortable for Gashi. Cleared it out. Castro going down, no free kick given, it's back with Humani, and here's Yatos. Looking for Leo, and it's back to Yatos. Castro in a lot of space, but couldn't find him. But that's a really loose pass, and Fatura's going to have it here. Wasn't the connection he was looking for, though, with the shot. And Beyond going to make another change. It looks like Masoud has moved into centre midfield and Shaw is out on the right back. And really well out there by Gashi, and Castro just turning into defenders there, but it's lost, and Holsey back with it. Looking over the top for Humani, but overhit. And Hoboken working it out well there from the back. And they're coming forwards, and it's a nicely slipped through to the left back, but he's just straight offside. And it's given away a little cheaply there, but Humani winning it back, and just got clipped on the back. And looking to set away. Castro's looked very lively in the left wing, and he's breaking down towards the byline, just over around that one. Castro looked very lively so far in this game. And there's Saint-Lon, Alexandre, just getting that ball out. There it is, battling well, and here's Humani. Couldn't escape the tackle though, and Hoboken are coming back forwards with it. Halsey doing well to just turn away from one. And he's looked very assured on the ball, Halsey, so far. And Pansis, the big centre-back, bring it out. But he's not managed to find Castro there. And he's back with Hoboken. And that's nicely worked on the winger though. He's not just going to be able to keep that in. And Hiotis bringing that down in the middle. Castro with a lovely turn right from the fullback. Giving it into Masood. And Alessandre looking back for Masood, but we're on the same wavelength. And the right winger's pulling away with acres of space, and he's been found. He's got three options in the middle. And he went for maybe the back post, might have even been a shot, but whatever it was, sailed over the bar. And beyond escaping that one, and Hiotis giving up to Humani. And Leo looking back for Humani. And the chase is on, the goalkeeper coming out and gathering. And they're coming back in, Hoboken, and it's squared in. And that's a great tackle, but it's still in, and it's hit at Kondrashov, and he's gathered it. That's a superb tackle by Alexandre, the left back. And they're whipping it back in, and Francis clearing out well, looking up for Humani. And he's done a good flick on there, but he's very isolated, Humani. Castro's going to try and chase that. We're moving into the last 5 minutes of the first half, with Hoboken ahead just from the early goal. And starting very well, but Beyond FC have come into the game as it's progressed. But Hoboken have been very good at possessing the ball so far. And here's Hurtis. Giving out to Masood. Masood driving down the right. And he's got Leo on his right. And it's a nice cut in if he's onside. And he's just not, he's just straight off. And played back out to the right side again, and right winger set away. He's going to do well to keep that in. And just gone out for a goal kick. And Sam Halsey just taking a quick break, and Fatura back on in the centre midfield. And here's Fatura giving out to Masood. So looking for the big switch for Assur, and Assur's brought it down well. And can he equalise? He can! Beyond FC bringing the game level right before half time. And it was an excellent pass in by Masood, and Assur bringing it down beautifully with his thigh. And a composed finish. And Beyond FC have grown into this half. And they brought the game back to all square. And that will certainly give Beyond FC reserves a lift going into half time. Nice touchdown, and Leo just couldn't bring it down. And here they come down the left. Got a bit of space. Gashi doing well to deal with the initial danger, but it's back with Hoboken again. And they're trying to work it down the left. He's got a bit of space. He's got them queuing up in the box. Can he find an option? And it's just slipped between all of them. And that's a good chance for Hoboken. They got it back again. And Otis doing well just to clear that one out. And it's hitting towards the back post, and Kondrashov gratefully gathering. And that will be about it for this half. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, Hoboken getting the early goal in the half. But Beyond FC equalising right at the end as well with a sure goal. And the game is all perfectly poised for the second half. Do not go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, guys, and we are back. The teams are back on for their second half. The game very well poised. Beyond FC having more of the ball and getting that early goal, but Hoboken, having more of the ball, getting the early goal, but Beyond FC striking back with a sure strike right before half time. And off we go, and let's see what this game has in store for us in the second half. Very finely balanced right now. And Hoboken are certainly going to want to try and start how they did in the first half in the second. Fast-paced start, but overhit there that pass. Gashi whipping out. And they've worked away, and he's got a bit of space to the centre midfielder. And moving out to the left winger. Just two options in the box, and he's trying to find one. Pantasis getting out, but it's back with Hoboken again. And he's managed to get that in. It's headed up, and couldn't get the power he wanted on it. An easy catch for Kondrashov. Kondrashov just putting his foot through that one. And it's hit over the top, and they're coming forwards again, Hoboken, and Beyond FC just need to get a little bit of the ball. Set it down. Here's Masood trying to bring it out, and doing well there, Masood. And Hayotis just getting caught a little bit with Hamami. That was a nice play out by Hamami. And Fatura just clattering into the Hoboken player, and they're going to have a free kick here, Hoboken. Centrally positioned, long way out. But they're not beyond the realm of shooting. And he steps up, he's going to whip it in, and they're all pushing forwards, but Kondrashov doing well to come out and claim that. And the header's not connected with, and Castro is going to look first time out wide, couldn't find his target. And that's a late tackle, the referee's going to play advantage. And they're coming forwards again, Hoboken. And he's ridden two tackles. Given out to the right winger, played back in, and Ghazi getting a block on it to take the pace off it, and Kondrashov gathering. There's a good counter-attack there by Hoboken. And Ventura is going to set away Castro. Getting onto his right foot, and wasn't a good cross, but he was caught late. And it's going to be a free kick to Beyond in a good crossing position. And Herotis will take the free kick. Love that. The goalkeeper saw me just have a touch and asked me to come in the midfield. But it's hit in by Herotis at the near post. I'm not sure I've got the legs to play in midfield anymore, but it's a nice sentiment. That's played out, and Smith just lost his footing. And he's lost it again. Pantis in the end getting the head on it, and Omani setting away Smith. Smith into... I saw he just got caught in it. A little bit too slow on it. Hoboken closing down so quickly in the centre area. And Pantis doing well there just to contain that. And it's whipped in low. And Leo can only put it out for a corner for Hoboken. And it's whipped in, and it's bouncing around. No one got a touch on it until the ball travelled a long way. Still in the box. And it's a good tackle out by Leo. That ball flashing perilously across the beyond 6-yard box. It's a nice interchange, and the left back is still going, surging forwards. It's given back, and he's going to have a shot down low, and just the wrong side of the netting. Really well-fashioned chance there by Hoboken. Actually getting a good head on that first ball, but he's been turned on the second, and he's brought down the attacker there, and that's going to be a Hoboken free kick in a good crossing position. And beyond FC, Hoboken have started this half much as they did the first one, and dominating possession and getting the ball in plenty of dangerous positions, and they've got another chance here to launch it in. Crossed in, and Kondrashov watching that comfortably. And it's Hooflong, and a good header there by the Hoboken centre-back. And they've worked that well, and they've got some space now to drive at the beyond defence. Masood standing out well, and Herotis bring out. And they just need to get a bit of time with the ball beyond. They're not able to keep it at the moment. And it's just inviting the Hoboken pressure back onto them. It's a good step by Pantis. And there's Himani. That's Hiotis, and Castro looking for it on that left wing, and he receives it, and he's got a one-on-one here. Cutting in on that right, and he's taken the shot, and it wasn't a bad effort. Sent long, and Gashi's just going to have to keep his wits about him. Clears it out. Toss back in. And they've got plenty of numbers forwards again, Hoboken. Just loose with the touch, and here comes Smith, and can be on break here. Castro giving out to Hamani. And Hamani getting forward to Ashur, and it's out with Leo on the right, and Leo had just strayed offside and not happy with that decision at all. And in the reserve games, there is no linesman. In the first two games, we will have linesmen, but so it's definitely, certainly can sympathise with the referee. It's a big pitch, trying to watch both lines, not an easy task. Frustrating for players as well. And he's actually got a straight red there, Leo. I'm not sure what he said to the referee, but whatever he said, the referee didn't like it, and the reserves are down to 10 men. That's a straight red. And just like that, he's put Beyond FC in a very difficult spot. And there's about 25 minutes left in the game. Plenty of time for Hoboken to go out the 10 men and beyond, and they've already been dominating, and they've got it away now on the left. Give him back, and he's got space to shoot here. Whipping in towards the back post and just high. But that may be the theme for the rest of the half now, the rest of the game. Now they're down to 10 men. And now it's getting out to Humami. And it's back with Hoboken, and they're in a great spot now, Hoboken, to seize this game. And Hamami with a good tackle, and a solid one in the second as well. And Humami coming off for Sam Holsey's going back into the centre midfield. And there's Hiotis looking up for Asor. And the left backs pushing forwards for Hoboken, and he's been found as a great ball, just couldn't get the first touch that he was looking for. It's a really big pitch as well for Beyond to have to deal with this 10-men situation. going to be a really tiring final 25 minutes for them. And they're just lacking the final pass right now, Hoboken, to exploit the spaces that are starting to open up. And that's a misunderstanding there. And here comes Ashur. And he's been brought down, and he's won a free kick in a decent position for Beyond SC. They'll be able to get this one into the box. And it's whipped him, and Gashi leaping for it with the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper doing well to seize it. And looks like we have Christian Whitney Smith as a sent up long. Castro holding it up. There's Pansis giving out to Smith. And a nice turn. And Housley got a decent looking pass out to Castro. But just straight offside again. Sam Housley is holding his back hamstring, and unfortunately he's going to have to come off again. And Hamami coming straight back on. And also Masood coming onto that right wing. It's given out to Hoboken left wing as the search for the lead continues for them. Giving back to the right back. He's got some space to whip it in, but it's not a good cross, and it's just gone in behind the goal. Done by Gashi, but and switched back across by Hoboken. And they've just had so much of the ball in the second half, Hoboken. Haven't been able to craft a clear chance yet, but that's a good ball through. And he's breaking in, and Gashi's pressure just doing enough to put him off in the finish. And he's won a corner. I think Gashi may have got the last touch on that. And guys, just a reminder, do not go anywhere. After this game, we are going to have the first teams of Hoboken and Beyond facing off. 2 p.m. kickoff. Really looking forward to that one. Here comes the corner being whipped in. Hamani getting a solid header out. And it's hopeful strike, but not able to hit the target. And Masood reading that well. Come out to Hiotis, but he's sold it short out to Alexandre. And it's a long ball up by Hoboken, brought down again. It's given out to the left winger. And he's got some space now. Coming in, and Gashi doing enough again. And he's been solid at the back, Gashi. Broken up a lot of threatening attacks for Hoboken. And he's going to stay busy for the rest of this game, I have a feeling. Here comes the corner. It's whipped in, and didn't get the redirection he wanted on the header. And Imani getting a flick on, and the ball just gone out. Hoboken continuing. That's a very good ball out to the left back, who's surging forwards. It's given back. They're just trying to fashion that clear chance, and fed in. Smith getting the initial tackle on and completing the clearance. Castro to Hoyotis, and beyond escaping that one. And the left back, Hoboken, is really pushing forwards, and it's broken kindly there. And they've still got it in the box, and it's going to fall! And what a block by Smith, the danger's still not out! And the referee giving a handball on Hoboken in the end. What a block by Smith, though. Last-ditch intervention there to keep the score level. And it's gone over the whole beyond the defence, and they've got their chance here, and it's finished! Hoboken are back in the lead. And the 10 men of beyond have got a mountain to climb now. And the goal's been coming for a while. Beyond defence was frozen for a second. Ball looped over all of them, and Kondrashov managed to get the initial save, but rebound followed up. And it's going to take some real heroics from beyond. But they've given away very cheaply, and it's a 2-on-1. And they can wrap that up now, Hoboken. And it's a good save in the near post by Kondrashov. Not a terrific strike at all, but very nearly being the architects of their own doom there. Beyond right from the kickoff. And throws looped over Smith, and he's got plenty of space to pick out his cross there. And Kondrashov picks up on the second attempt. And it's a little bit of confusion there in the Hoboken defence. And here's Hiatos, but wasn't able to escape the Hoboken defender. And Hoboken are coming forwards again. And they can just get their third goal, can kill the game. And they're pushing down through the middle, and he's going to have a strike, and it's well hit! And it's just flashed over the bar. Really well caught strike. Just the wrong side of the crossbar. It's back with the Hoboken left back, and they've had a lot of joy attacking down the left in this second half, Hoboken. And beyond FC going to have another chance to drive at the... And here comes Hoboken, and the tons of space on the left, and he's down to the byline, and he's just straight offside. That number 13 has been playing more like a left winger at times this second half. Been a great attacking shift for Hoboken. Mami trying to flick it onto Masood, but I thought it'd gone out there for a second, and still in. And it's a decent looking pass, but Pantis covering the space well. It's going to be another Hoboken corner. And the ball's whipped in from the corner. And it's fallen and bounced more off of the shins than anything. And Manny looking out for Castro. And he managed to ride the first tackle, the second one. And beyond FC are really going to rue that unnecessary red card if they go on to lose this game, which looks like, unless that's some heroics from the 10 men, is likely the case. It's a really unnecessary red card. It's just something said to the referee. Not sure what it was, but enough. The referee decided the player can no longer partake in the game. And they're certainly Hoboken dominating the half up to that red card point, but Beyond FC looking a little bit threatening on the counter-attack, but it's been so difficult for them now. And here comes Hoboken again, trying to fashion an opportunity. And he's going to have a strike. He looked for a second, he was unwinding, thought the better of it. Pantis doing well just to come away with that ball. Alessandre giving out to Castro. And Himani was trying to play off the last man, and Castro didn't connect well with his pass. And here comes that attacking left wing back, and he's whipped in again. And it's going to fall for Hoboken. And he's finished it. And he has surely finished the game now. Ball broke kindly for him in the area and had all the time in the world to pick out the bottom corner. And Hoboken reserves sitting second in the table before this game. But with this win really pushing up there in that pursuit of first. And Shaw's looking for Yatis, but there's so many white shirts in the middle all the time, just closing down that ball. And the gaps keep opening up, and Never 17 trying to cut on some nice footwork. Got around two, but couldn't get around the next one. It's given out to the left wing again. And they're just queuing up again to try and get a shooting opportunity. Good tackle there by Hiatis. And Hamani able to hold that ball up enough, and it's given back out onto him on the right, if he can keep it in. Just run out. We have about 10 minutes left on the clock, and Hoboken in a very commanding position. And I don't think they're done scoring yet, Hoboken. That's a little loose there with that pass though. Kondrashov looking long for Masood, trying to flick it on to Hamani. It's the right idea. And Yatos reading that well. Giving it back to Masood, but they've got to be more careful with the ball when they've got it beyond, because they're not going to have too many opportunities to have it. And they're coming forwards again, Hoboken. That's a good tackle there by Alessandro. It's swished out to the left back. And he's going to have a shot himself, and it's hit the post and bounced off of Kondrashov's back, and very fortunately for him, the goalkeeper's gone back out. What a strike by the left back. It's a good 30 yards out when he hit that. Cannoned off the post. And Kondrashov didn't know much about that rebound. Whitney Smith coming back on, and it's sent in but the wrong way, and Looking up for Humani, but very, very isolated up there. A nice feat there by Ashur. But it's a loose pass to Yatos, who just had to slide to get that out. Sent out to the left back, who had that cannoning shot off the post just a few minutes ago. Hoboken just comfortable to keep the ball for now. Searching for the opportunity, and it's a decent dummy. The winger wasn't on the same wavelength. Humani trying to get Whitney Smith clear. And there they come, Hoboken, moving down the right, and they're moving it very comfortably at the moment, and it's a decent ball across, and this could be 4. And it should have been, he just couldn't get over it as a super cross in from the right side. I think Beyond FC at this point, understandably, just want this game to be called. Very difficult playing with the 10 men against these Hoboken reserve teams who move it around so well. Going out to Yatos. And punches this. Going out to Fatura. He couldn't find a teammate though. He's coming and amended for that, and giving it to Humani. Humani just looking to turn. And they're coming forwards again, and it's 6-on-3 right now for Hoboken. And Pantazis managing to close it out. And here they come in the corner, whipped in. Winnie Smith getting the first touch and half clearing it. It's a good turn, and he's going to look for a chance, and just overhit his pass. The winger's running in behind. Konstrov looking out for Whitney Smith. And Gashi just got caught as she's making that pass. Giving back out to Fatura. And Ashur trying to turn, but here comes Hoboken. Can they put the icing on the cake? It's given out to the right winger, and Panthers again making a really good last-ditch intervention. We're in the final few minutes of the game now. And guys, do not go anywhere. Just a reminder, we're going to have the first teams kicking off directly after this. Stick around for that one. And this corner's played short. And whipped in towards the back post. Kondrashov getting the punch, but it's bouncing back and... Gashi giving out to Whitney Smith. Whitney Smith just getting crowded out there, but Humani's showing some good strength. And if he can get hold of it, they've got an overload on the right now. And here comes Whitney Smith. He's got round one. And he got a little nick as he was going by and bought himself a free kick there. And the ball's whipped in, and keeper coming out top of that. He had Masood and Whitney Smith coming at him, doing well to keep a hold of that. But Hoboken are back at it again, trying to get a fourth goal later on in this game, and it's played out to the winger and cut back across. Gashi getting the first tackle. And Pantelis just doing well there to force that out for a goal kick. And Pantelis doing well again back there. And he's had a good game, the centre-back, despite the 3 goals being conceded. And Humani trying to set away Whitney Smith, but just overhit the pass. And it's a really nice takedown there by the left fullback. And Hoboken are cruising to the win. They started off very well, Hoboken, getting the goal right at the start of the first half, but Beyond FC came back into the game strongly and got a goal right before the end of before half time. But an early red card for Beyond FC really put them in a lot of hot water, and Hoboken taking full advantage of it. And to be honest, in the second half they probably could have had more than 3. And man, he's seeing what he can create, and it's a nice turn. And it's almost a very good ball out to Masood. Just intercepted, but it's fallen to Shaw. Given out to Masood. Not much to aim for, he's going to just dink it in. No one really committed in at the back post. And Hoboken are coming away on another break. It's going out to the left winger and shot in and right down Kondrashev's throat. And with that, the game is concluded. Hoboken reserves running out. Comfortable winners in the end, 3-1. Beyond SC had them worried a little bit at half time. But as I said, that red card really putting Beyond in a very, very difficult spot. And Hoboken taking full advantage. And guys, do not go anywhere. We're going to have the first teams kicking off in just a couple of moments. Guys, and we are back for our first team games. The reserves ending 3-1 to Hoboken. And now we have Hoboken first team facing off against Beyond FC. Hoboken currently sitting third in the table, not too far behind the front runners. And Beyond FC, a ways down, they're 10th, but they're only 6 points away from that 4th spot. So if they can get a good result today, they're going to be right back in the running for the top half of the table spots. And it's we're expecting terrible rain today, but the weather's actually held off, so hopefully it does. We've got a great field out here today in New Jersey. Without further ado, let's run through our Beyond FC lineup. We have AJ Hermami, Alejandro Moreno, who will be starting, we expect, in the centre midfield. We have Antonio Esper, Duda Mangane. We have Ingo Grego Connor, Jelani Peters. We have Kenny Hearn, Mikey Fowler, Oliver Nielsen, Sharif El Halefi, and Thibaut Binier. And that's our Beyond FC lineup. Let's have a look now at the Hoboken squad today. We have number 1, Tyler Poggs. Number 2, Kevin Brito. Number 3, Chris Segovia. Number 4, Timur Chivnieski. We have Kevin Bizdek. And number 9, Kevin Halliday, sorry. Number 11, James Reed. And number 14, Teddy Sisko. 15, Evan Reed. We have number 19, Nelson Segovia. Number 20, Daniel Herrera. Number 23, Eric Turzer. Number 26, Lewis Mobbs. Number 27, Justian Michaels. Number 36, Joe Braun. 37, Pete Martin. And finally, they're fantastically named, number 40, Jack Pounce. And there is our Hoboken squad, sitting third in the table, trying to catch those top 2, Shamrock and Manhattan Celtic. They're going to need to win today to give themselves any chance. There's only about 6 games left in the league. And let's see what these teams are going to have for us today. no problem. Kelvin, who's your goalkeeper today? Is it Pogs? Pogs, thanks. What?
Only got one keeper.
Yeah, stick me back on. And we are just minutes away from a kickoff. Teams doing their final huddles. And Hoboken going into this game as the favourites for sure, being far up in the table. But when these two teams last played, it produced an absolute epic 6-4 to Hoboken, in which Jelani Peters scored a hat-trick and Joseph Braun got 4 goals himself. So hopefully this afternoon's game can match with the excitement. Now we are off and underway. Beyond FC kicking off in the black, Hoboken in the white. And both these teams with a good opportunity to climb high in the table. Beyond FC, as I said, they're in 10th right now, but just 6 points away from that 4th place spot. And Hoboken chasing Shamrock and Manhattan Celtic in those pole spots. It's a must-win game for Hoboken if they're going to have a decent chance of catching either of those teams. And Brito with an early ball in, looking towards Joe Braun. Just a little overhit. That's an early crunching tackle. Tossed in to Czerniewski. Come back, and it's a good time by Mobs. And he's, for a second, it looked like Joe Braun may have been onside. The linesman delayed. But in the end, he's been called offside. Hoofed up long towards Sharif, but lost back. And here comes James Reed with his first opportunity to open the gas burners. And he's been caught by Binier. And a good early surge forwards by James Reed. And they're going to have a free kick in a good position, Hoboken. It's bent in by Reed and low in and got past the first few. Brought out, but Pieter's now, and he's set away, and they got an early chance. It's hit back into Pieter's. Can he finish it? And it's straight down the goalkeeper's gullet. What an early chance for Beyond SC there. They had a 3-on-1 against the goalkeeper for a second. The pass to Pieter's inside just made him check his run for a second, and he had to settle for a little bit further out than he wanted to with the shot. And here comes Mobs. Going out to Bizdek. And out to James Reed. Back into Tuzza. And Bizdek giving it back to Evan Reed. And it's a good ball out to James Reed. And he's looking very dangerous already. James Reed is wriggled away around there, and it's a good tackle in the end by Bizdek. Is it good? And it's going to be another Hoboken, and except for that momentary breakaway, it's been all Hoboken the opening few minutes of this game. And Tazza, a decent looking ball into the back post towards Braun. Giving out to Michaels. And Segovia pushing down the right. And it's bounced kindly back for him. And just gone out for a goal kick. Did well there, Segovia. Rode a few tackles. Sent long, and it's good header by Reed. And here's Bizdek. And just a little bit overhit towards Tazza. And here's Bizdek. We've seen a lot of the ball already, and James Reed giving it out to Tuzza. their skipper, overlapping. Kind down, but well dealt with by Sarif there. And it's whipped in and it's going to fall. Michael's with the initial shot and Braun just caught off guard. It wasn't a pass, it meant to be a shot and it just went in him so quickly he couldn't react. Play down the line towards Sharif, just a little bit loose though. Toss back in and it's an early cross in. And it's fallen to James Reed in the back post. Bissett doing well, just put some pressure on it. And Moreno just clearing it out in the end. Toss back in and he's done well there to wriggle past a couple Michaels and he's another shot. So it's Mobs there and weaving and swerving through the beyond defence there. Mobs and nearly getting a super goal there. And Pieter's getting a good head on it. And Jeffrey chasing it just a little long, but he's forced the corner. Corner is whipped in, but Christogovia meeting it at the near post. And Braun bring it out and getting a throw. Back for Hoboken. And Michael's doing really well just to win that back. And it's been all Hoboken so far. And going back into Jose. At Oliver. And Nielsen's just been caught in it there. And Moggs is going through and he had a good old handful of his shirt there, but the referee not giving anything, and Rafael fortunate to escape from that. Here's Rafael, and Pieter's come short, and he's got brought down there by Evan Reid. And it's whipped in. That's a good header out Bistek and is coming together there, and Bistek just got flattened there. And into Evan Reid. Back out to Brito. Brito giving it to Braun. And Braun's looks like he sold Evan Reid short for a second, but they've come away with it, Hoboken. And here comes Tuzza. Moving down the left. He's got a couple of options to aim for in the box, and he's just been caught there, and the referee waiting to blow the advantage, but none given. It'll be the number 8 Bistek who will whip it in for Hoboken as they hunt for that opening goal. Tuzza sending towards the back post. Mob's heading it back in, and well cleared out by Moreno, but only as far as James Reid, who did a beautiful pirouette there, and he's won a free kick for Hoboken. Another free kick in and around the box. And Mobs set that down honestly, and I was watching a couple of his strikes in the warm-up, and let me tell you, you can hit them. James Reid standing over it as well. And there's plenty of Hoboken players to aim for as well if they opt to cross it. But I think this one is going to go straight in on goal. And it is Mobs who steps up, and he's whipped around the wall, and O'Connell getting down quickly. And here's Pieters. And Moreno just took too long on that ball. Czernieski tracking back well there, the attacker. Bistek finding Mobs, but he's been crowded out there. But they're coming back again. Hoboken, and looking for that ball in behind. Can't find anyone. And here's Pieters again. And it's whipped in towards Jeffrey, and just couldn't bring it down. It's a really good ball in by Afi. And it's tossed in, and just run that ball out. Wasn't the first touch he was looking for. And Segovia's got some space to drive into. He's put forward Joe Braun, who's got options in the middle, and he looked to cut it back to the men at the back post. Could have gone for it himself. And Nielsen contained the danger. That's a good breakaway down the right for Hoboken. They'd be disappointed they couldn't do more with that chance. tossed in, and Czerniewski just loose with his pass, and Moreno with a chance to bring it out. Looking to set away Pieters, but ball was cut out by Brito. And Bizdek forced to James Reed. And Tozer is driving up that left side again. And Bizdek with a searching ball over the top. But just a little too long for Czerniewski. And just got clipped in the back there. Pieters. Nielsen sending up long. Moreno is looking for Pieters, couldn't find him. Going out to Binier, and here's El Lafi. This wasn't the right pass to Rafael. And Braun just holding it up, and it's back with Bizdek, and Hoboken opting to possess the ball, and they've done it well so far in this half. Evan Reed giving out to Brito. And just content to just be patient. Hoboken at the moment. That was a little bit long to Michaels though, and it's going to be beyond FC throw. That's a good head on to Jeffrey, and he's going to try and get it back into Pieters, and intercepted by Segovia. Beyond FC have looked threatening when they've got the ball up in that attacking third. As I said, Pieters getting a hat-trick the last time he played against Hoboken, so definitely a threat they're going to be watching for, but both El Halafi on the right wing and Jeffrey on the left wing also look threatening these early stages. The ball's sent in towards the back post. It's gone over everyone. But Michael keeping it in. Can he get a ball back in? It's a good cross back in, and Pieters has pulled away the back post. And just the wrong side of the post. Good work there by Michael, and Pieters peeled off of the back post. Came very close there. They're sent up long by Pogs. Braun getting the flick on. Right, Nielsen cleaning up, and it's a good ball up to Jeffrey now, and he's got a bit of space to run into, Jeffrey. Nielsen and El Laffy in the middle. And he's looking for Pieters. Pieters tried to turn the shot, didn't get the connection he wanted, and Mobs initially managed to get it, but it's back again with the black shirts, and here's El Halafi. He's just pinged it into the stomach of Tozer. Giving out to Binier. And Binier with a first-time cross, but it was not a good delivery. But better from Beyond FC. And starting to just give Hoboken something to think about. There's just a hand on Mob's back there, and there's going to be a free kick to Hoboken. And Brito hitting it into the left side, and Joe Braun getting up well there. It's cleared out, but it's still bouncing around in the box. And Czernieski had a half chance there. The ball's bouncing around very awkwardly for Beyond FC for a couple of seconds in the area. That's a great leap there by Evan Reid. Segovia finding out to Michaels on the right. Michaels dwelling on it a little too long, and it's forward to Pieters. And Pogs surging out and getting there before Pieters, but tossed out to Tuzza. But his touch is let down, and Rafael has it now, and he's got El Salif and Akers on the right side. And El Sharif's going to whip it in, and just a little too far ahead of Pieters, but the right idea. Sent up long by the keeper and one but out by Braun. And Czernieski skipped around him. He's got Mobs on his left. Trying to cut it into Mobs, and really important interception by Binier. Joe Braun, such a handful for the defence. The combination of the height and the speed. That's a great flick on there. And he's going to cause this Beyond FC defence issues all game. I think they're actually going for a ball switch. It's a little bit deflated, the one they're playing with. And James Reid will whip it in. Reid firing in, and flashed across the box, and it's still bouncing around. And in the end, it's Gasha, you cleared it. Well, the ball bouncing right in the 6-yard box. No one getting a touch on it until it came through to the back post. James Reid's going to have another chance to whip this one in. And here it goes. And this time Binier meeting at the near post. And just a little overhit by Binier for Reid. And about 20 minutes left in this first half. And he's run a bit there, Jose, but Nelson able to clear it up. And Mobs coming over there. It's just delaying on it a little bit, but finding it back to Tuzza. Tuzza giving it out to Brito. And he's searching in for Mobs there, but pass wasn't good enough, and here comes Moreno. Bizdek doing well just to win that back, and he's looked very short in the centre midfield so far, Bizdek. Keeping the play ticking over and turning over a lot of plays as well for Hoboken. And here he is now, the number 8. Back to Evan Reid. And James twisting well. And Braun was looking back for Mobs, but couldn't find him. It's going back to Jose. There's Nielsen. Out to Binier. Now Halafi being pressured hard by Tuzza, and he's sold it short there with a back pass, and Nielsen in the end managing to deal with it. But Joe Braun was on the hunt there. And very finely balanced game so far. Hoboken had the better of the opening stage of the game, but Beyond SC seen more of the ball as the half's gone on, and both sides having some decent chances. And it's a great ball forward from Reed to Tuzza, and Tuzza's away here on the left. And he's fed it across the 6-yard box. And Czernieski has finished it. Excellent break down the left side by Hoboken. Evan Reed finding the gallivanting left back Tuzza, who brought it down to the byline, and Czernieski was the first to it at the front post and getting the finish. And Hoboken get the scoring underway. And Mob's coming away with it. And he's looking for the goal scorer, Czernieski there. It was intercepted. And Michael's looking over the top for Pieters, who hasn't seen much of the ball recently. But he's got some of it now. Out to Jeffrey. Nielsen come away with it, and well won back though by Segovia. And Evan Reed going for another long one up to Mobs. And Mobs are just straight offside. And Rafael giving it out to El Halafi. Good to Rafael. And Michael to El Halafi is looking in for Rafael, but didn't find him. There's Czernieski. Back to Segovia. And Evan Reed giving it into Bizdek, and how many touches has Bizdek had so far in this game? And he's searching now in behind. That's an excellent ball to Tuzza again, who's continues his attacking forays. He's cutting in his right foot there, Tuzza, and he's had the strike and did everything right there, Tuzza, except for the finish. It's a great run forwards, and did what's cutting on his right, just a little wild with the finish. And Hoboken making a few changes. Bringing on Daniel Herrera in the middle James Reid has been set away, and he's coming down the left, James Reid, cutting in his right. Can he finish it? He can! And Hoboken moving into a comfortable position now. James Reid expertly cutting in on his right foot and just stroking that ball home. And Hoboken showing some real quality last couple of minutes to get these 2 goals. And it's also Teddy Sisko who's coming on the right wing as well. And Britos looked like he set Moggs away for a second. But Moggs just straight offside, and Moggs has moved into that centre forward position now. No, Colonel sending it long. It's won by Pieters, but no net for the follow-up. Back with El Halafi, giving it to Rafael. And it's hitting long, but hopeful ball there by Gashi, and Hoboken will do that all day. Mobs are looking to flick it on, and Sisko setting away Michaels, and he's got 4 options to aim for in the box if he can find one. He can't hit into Michael, and here's Jeffrey, who hasn't seen a whole lot of the ball in this game. I send long to Pieters, but Evan Reid getting a touch on it, and Segovia keeping it in. But here's Pieters now. And it's not a good switch, and James Reid is gathering it up. Pieters going a little hard, but nothing called by the ref. Going out to Rafael. Rafael looking for the 1-2 with Moreno. Moreno managing to keep hold of it. And Michael just took too long, and he's pulled the shirt there and then brought down Mobs, and he's going to get a deserved yellow card for that. And they're losing the batter in the central midfield right now beyond to Hoboken. And they're going to need to start winning it if they're going to turn this game around. Just giving it back to Reid. And it's another super ball out to James Reid. Alafi doing well just to win the throw in there. And Moreno trying to turn this back with Hoboken again, and they're just really controlling the possession in the game right now, Hoboken. Segovia whipping it back in, and it's brought down really well by Herrera, but unfortunately slipped as he's trying to follow up that touch. Hit up long and ping around midfield, brought down by Rafael. Well, thought it was, lost it, and here comes Herrera driving forwards, and his Mobs was looking for an earlier pass, just had to delay his run downside. Michael's giving it to Herrera, and he's got Cisco overlapping, and Cisco driving down that right. He's cutting, and he's had a shot on his left, and O'Connell got two strong hands on it, and Binier completing the clearance, and here he comes now, Binier, but Mobs. Binier giving it back. And Nielsen looking out for Jeffrey, but didn't find him, and just not able to find that front line at all at the moment beyond FC. Jeffrey doing well there to intercept that, but it's out for a Hoboken throw. They're in control right now, Hoboken. Jeffrey doing that well though to win that back. Giving it to Moreno, and he's brought down by Chris Segovia. I think probably going to get a yellow card for that once the play is finished. And he's coming forwards, Rafael, but a little isolated. And here's El Halafi. It's a good tackle by Tuzza. And Moreno giving it back, and they're just keeping the ball beyond now. Nielsen giving it out to Gashi. And Jeffrey trying to wriggle his way past the defenders, but no such luck. And tossed down the line, brought down by Michaels, and Mob said straight offside there. Again, he's always looking to play off that last man, Mobs, but it doesn't mean that the passes need to come quickly. Ashraf looking to set away Binier, but dealing with that on is Brito coming out, and he got caught late there, and that's going to be a free kick. Evan Reed going long end for Mobs, and there's a gap between the fullback and the striker, and Mobs brought it down, and David Volley, and Mobs really not happy with that offside call. Didn't finish it anyway, but and he's going to get a warning here from the referee for that. And a yellow card. And Hamami just coming on for Jeffrey. O'Connell sticking his foot for it. Looking for Humani. We've got head net. No one coming on for the flick on though. Pietis has moved to the left wing now. Here's Mobs with some space to drive into. It's falling back to him again, Mobs. Done well to get away from the crowd. And he's around 3 there. Around 4, cut down to the byline and just overran it. Did really well there, Mobs, to get away from 4 of the beyond defenders. Slightly overran that last touch. Yes, it's just flattened there by Evan Reid. We're in the final moments of this first half. Beyond FC can nick a goal now. Certainly give them some good momentum going into this second half. And Tamami will whip it in. Sends it in and end up bouncing off of Brito's back. And looked like it was Brito's back, but the linesman calling it as a goal kick. And there is the half-time whistle. Hoboken in control at the moment. They've been the better team, had more of the ball, created better chances and deservedly going ahead 2 in. This was Czernieski who got the first goal. And then James Reid with a beautiful cut-in and finish for the second. Beyond FC have had their moments where they've looked threatening, but going to need to do a lot more to keep that ball. They're going to find their way back into this game. And guys, just a reminder, we have got, after this match, Borgetto facing off against Sports Club Eintracht. Borgetto, the league leaders, chasing after the title. The reserve team will be kicking off at 6 p.m. and first team's at 8 p.m. So definitely tune in for that one, guys. All right, guys, welcome back. The team's taking back to the field. We're about to get started again with the second half. Beyond FC have got a tall task ahead of them, but they're going to salvage anything out of this game. Hoboken looking very strong in the first half. And off we go with the second half. And a few changes for Hoboken. Martin coming on at the right back for Segovia. And Czernieski coming back on the left wing for James Reed, one goal scorer for another. And it's an early throw deep inside of the Beyond FC half, and Cisco turning well, and Czernieski with an early touch inside the box. Back with Cisco. Give back to Martin. And Marto just trying to dink it back in, but Terza going down the line towards Mobs. Brought down by Jose. And fed all the way back to O'Connell. Here's Gashi. He's got Pietas coming short. But Herrera just tracking back well there. And it's sent in long by Gashi, and Moreno has it in the box. Just couldn't bring it under a spell. And Pog's giving it out to Evan Reed, who got the move off underway for the first goal. With a super pass through to Terza, the left back. And Jose's putting O'Connell in a little bit of trouble there. And Nielsen's coming and end up bouncing off of Nielsen. And Martin looking in for Herrera. O'Connell out together at that time. It's a little bit short by O'Connell, but Michael coming in to gather it. Here's Pietas, a little bit heavy on his first touch, and Michael's doing well together again. And here's Cisco now, driving down the right. Looking for Mobs, and Mobs just couldn't get it under control. That's a good switch out to Binier. And Binier got caught late there, and that's going to be a free kick to Beyond. And Nielsen just getting caught out there. And Cisco's going to have some space to drive into now. And he's got 4 options in there at the back post. Nielsen recovering well there in the end. Moreno getting out well, but it's only gone as far as Michaels. Into Binier. Back to Evans. He's fed it out to Terza. A nice turn there by Chemieski. And he's looking in for Mobbs, and it's a decent ball, and Mobbs getting the slice of touches on it, just not quite enough contact. Beautiful ball in by Chemieski. Gone out to Rafael, and he's in trouble. He's been caught in it, and here comes Herrera into the box. And O'Connor's got his hands on it, but it's not enough. And Herrera looks like he sealed this game. Rafael getting a bit of a difficult pass and getting caught in it by Chemieski, and Herrera surging forwards into the box, and Hoboken pulling away in this game now. And the teams that they're chasing, Shamrock and Manhattan Celtic, are playing tonight in a massive game, and obviously that result is going to affect Hoboken's chance of catching them. And Pieter's, in the end, getting brought down. It's going to be a beyond free kick, and if they're going to have any chance of getting back in this game, they need to get on the score sheet quickly beyond. And Gashi, he's already played 90 minutes for the reserves, so he's on about well over 100 minutes of football today, whipping it in. And Halami got a chest, but couldn't get a second touch in it. And Pog's sending it long, and he's straight off. It's given out, and here's Pieters, who has not enjoyed the success so far they had last time he played Hoboken. And he's on this time, Mobbs, and he's got plenty of space. He can drive straight at O'Connell. He cuts inside, and he's been brought down, and that is a penalty for Hoboken. And it goes from bad to worse for Beyond FC. And Mobbs, who won the penalty, will take it. And it's going to be down to O'Connell here to keep the score at 3. Mobb steps up, and he's clipped the post. And they're far enough ahead, Hoboken, that probably won't live to rue that penalty miss. But you never know. Here comes Cisco, just not on the same wavelength though as his fellow attackers. And Michael bring it down, but just crowded out, and he's coming away with it though. And Jeffrey trying to get anything on it, but couldn't. There's Chineski. And Mobbs has broken the offside trap again. He's got space to drive into on the left. Chineski's overlapping and he's giving it to Chineski. And it's filling that back post, and Cisco is going to walk that in. Really nicely crafted move there by Hoboken. Mobbs finding himself space well on the left wing, reversing it to the overlapping Czerniewski, and he squared it to Cisco. And Hoboken have been absolutely rampaging today. And there's still a lot of game left. I have a feeling they're not finished yet. And they've lost it again beyond FC, and here comes Czerniewski. Raquel doing well though, just come away with it. Looking up for Pieters, and he just got brought down there by Evan Reid. And Evan Reid is going to get a free kick for that. Sorry, a yellow card for that. For repeated fouls. And here's Humami by the referee calling it back again, so he can get Evan's number. And Masood has also come on at left back. And it's played up long, but intercepted by Michaels. And Mobbs again looking for that over the top. And Michael's giving it into Bizier. Sorry, Bizdek, even. And Brito, to Evan Reid, and Brito, Evan Reid have been a very solid pair today out of the Hoboken centre backs. Really haven't given beyond too much sight of the goal. Michael's almost getting caught there, but the ball's recovered. And it's a ball over the top, and it's that man Mobbs again. And Cisco is in acres if you can find him. Nielsen doing well just to close that out. Mobbs has caused so much trouble for Beyond FC with those runs in behind. And Herrera will whip this in. Sent in, cleared out by Moreno. And Hamani getting his foot through that one. Evan Reid getting it right back in though towards Beyond FC's defence. Michael's doing well just to hold that up. And it's been a difficult afternoon for Beyond FC. Their reserves, before this, losing 3-1. They went down to 10 men with the game at 1-1 early in the second half. And Hoboken reserves put them to the sword in the end, 3-1. And they've come up against very stiff resistance from Hoboken's first team today as well. There's so much quality in the Hoboken attacking line. They've looked solid at the back as well. And Cisco finding Martins. And he's dinked it beautifully to almost Mobs, but for a Binier interception. Here comes Moreno though. And he's going to look in for the back post. Brought down well by Terza. He clears it out. And it wasn't the pass that Rafael was looking for, and Boken have it back. And there's Czernieski, and that is a beautifully threaded ball through to Herrera, and he's onside, and they've got a 2-on-1 here, and he's missed it, and he really should have finished that. He had Cisco on his right as well. He could have squared it too. They had so much time there. And O'Connell in the end doing really well to prevent the fifth going in. And that free kick's taken early, and here is Herrera. Czernieski finding into Bizdek. He overran that one though, and here comes Jeffrey. He's got Pieters steaming up through the middle, and Evan Reeds came over and covered the space well, and clearing it out. And Hoboken making another change. It's James Reed coming back onto the left wing for Czernieski, who goes off now with a goal and an assist to his name. And El Halafi has come on for Beyond. Look, twisting, give it to Raquel. And here's Nielsen, but there's a high foot on Michaels, and he's got a free kick there. And Masood doing well to get that way, and up to Moreno. There's a loose pass by Moreno, Martin intercepting it. Tamani looking long for Pieters. Dealt with well by Brito. And here's Cisco. Looking to Mobs, who's got him behind again. He's got Michaels in there, and tried to flash it across the goal face. No one there. And Nelson Segovia has also slotted into the centre-back position for Hoboken. And James Reed with a lovely flick over, and he's coming down to the byline. Cutting in on his right, and he's dinked it in the bow post, and Cisco falling back to Joe Braun, and it's still in there, and somehow that ball hasn't gone in, and Joe Braun just walked on the pitch for Lou Mobs, and very nearly making an immediate impact. But it looks like, I think it's Jose who got a foot in that tackle. Oh, sorry, it's Masood got a foot in that tackle with Joe Braun. He's up on his feet now, though. And Herrera to take the corner. Sending in, and O'Connell comfortably gathering that one. And they're coming away with it beyond. Looking for El Halafi, who tried to send it in first time to Pieters, couldn't find him. And here comes Cisco. And it's going to run through to Daniel Herrera, who's already got one today. Nielsen tracking back, and Herrera unable to cut inside. And he got, I think, a noseful unintentionally from Nielsen just as they're running alongside each other. And Morano on the turn. Here's Pieters, and he's got it onto his right foot, and he's had a shot. Right down the throat of Pogs, though. This deck up to Joe Braun. He's looking for Terza behind, but couldn't find him. Jeffrey giving it into Michael. Rafael just getting caught on it. He managed to get it back though. And Michael's giving it back to Mami and Jeffrey. And Beyond FC just getting a little bit of the ball, which they haven't seen too much of this game. And here's Masood. Casting it back into Nielsen. He's got a little bit of space here, Rafael. Giving it to Masood, and Masood didn't get a good cross in it. And AJ got the first tackle, but it's ricocheted off Bizdek, and he's going to keep it in. And just got it out, and there's a little bit of a shove in there between Bizdek and Nielsen. And the referee's just going to have a little talking to for both of them. Yes, they're whipping out, but Martin intercepting that well, and it's gone forward to Braun, who's onside, and he's through Braun. Goes through the back post, and O'Connell getting an important foot on it. And they're working it short. Martin whipping it back in. And O'Connell gathering that comfortably and giving it out quickly to El Halafi. But Michael's getting across really well. Just to gather it. And Terza overlapping again. Thing in, and Rafael will clear it out. Well done by Pieters. And he's still coming forward, Pieters. He's got the pace. Evan doing really well there to just get a foot in though. And Terza twisting away well there. And coming down the left. Looking for Joe Braun. He's got Cisco in the middle. Kept it in. And it's cannoned off Binney. It's going to be another Hoboken corner. And Herrera to take the corner again. Whipping in at the near post, and Braun got a touch on it, and it's going to be 5. Braun getting a near post touch on it. O'Connell getting his hand on it, and I think Michael's managed to touch it before it crossed the line. And 5 different goal scorers as well today for Hoboken, and we still have about 20 minutes left in the half. And Jose coming back on in at centre-back for Beyond. Czernieski also coming on for Hoboken. For Binier, who's been excellent today for Hoboken at the centre of everything. And that's a decent ball in by Peters, and it's going to drop for El Halafi. And Reed clearing it out. And sent in, and Peters got his head on it. James Reed just got to be a little bit careful there. And it's still in the box. And Nielsen's going to have a shot. And it's closed down by Braun, and it's going to be a Beyond corner. El Halafi send it in. 6 black shirts in the box. And James Reed clearing that at the front post comfortably. And Amami launching it with that Rory Delep-esque throw. And it's going to drop for Raka, and he's hit it well. And what a fantastic save by Pogs there. Raquel struck it well, got it low and in the corner, and Pogs springing across the goal. And keeping that clean sheet for now. Here it comes back in at the near post, but it's not a good corner at all by El Halafi. Braun with a nice chest pass to Cisco. And James Reed is on aches on the left as he gets his head up, but he can have it himself, Cisco. So giving it to Nielsen. And Michael looking in over the top for Peters, and Evan Reed just content to clear that one out. Back with Michael, and a lovely touch there by Michael to escape 2 defenders. And he's giving it into Raquel. Trying to find it in for Jeffrey, and the ball's still around, and Jeffrey's come away with it, and he's got a bunch of 3 of them. And Beyond FC have got a penalty and a chance to get themselves on the scoreboard. It's not going to be anything more than a consolation goal at this point. But Jeffrey doing really well just to wriggle his way through the Hoboken bodies. And we already had one game for Mobs, who couldn't convert his. Jeffrey with a chance now at the other end. Jeffrey steps up. And he's placed it in, sent the keeper the wrong way. And Hoboken have pulled it back to 5-1. We have about 15 minutes left, so unless some sort of minor miracle, nothing more than a consolation, but good to be on the score sheet. Pogs with a great ball out to Reed. Into Herrera. And the ball just came off of a hand there. And Nelson Segovia finding Braun, and it's a good ball out to Martin. Well, actually, it looks like Czerniewski was on the race there with Masood. And Masood is very isolated, and he's overplayed that, and Czerniewski's got it down the byline. He's got Cisco behind him. He's looking in for Reed. But intercepted. And Taza just going in a little too hard. Raquel there. And hit long out by O'Connell. Back with Masood. And Cisco pressing that ball really well. And he's escaped from Masood. He's still going, Cisco. Great determination by the number 14. And that has finally gone out for a beyond throw. That's a lovely touch there by Pieters, and he's kept going, Pieters. Evan Reed intercepting it well. And Masood reading that well, and still coming away with it. Giving out to Michaels, one of the 5 scorers today. Herrera back out to Michaels. Up to Martin, and Czerniewski has sprung off side trap, and he's through. He can make it 6 at Czerniewski. And it's an emphatic finish. And Hoboken have done so well all game, find that space in behind the Beyond FC defence. And Czernieski had all the time in the world and just buried that into the roof of the net. It's 2 for Czernieski in this game, as well as an assist. It's been a great match for him. And guys, as we near the conclusion of this game, do not forget we're going to have more Cosmopolitan League action later today. We're going to have Borgetto FC facing off against Sporting Club Eintracht. 6 p.m. for the reserves, 8 p.m. for the first teams. Borgetto, top of the table, won every single game so far. And looking odds-on favourites right now to join these boys out on the field we're seeing right now in the Cosmopolitan Division 1 next season. So tune in for that. That's a good turn there by Jeffrey, and he's looking in the back post towards El Lafi. Well gathered by Pogs. And here comes Cisco, and Joe Braun is just fraction offside. And that's a loose pass, and Reed back with it. Into Czernieski. And Hoboken are just cruising to this win today. And like I said, they're hot on the heels of Manhattan Celtic and Shamrock, the leaders. And those two are facing off tonight in a huge title game. But whoever comes off worse from that is going to be in touching distance for Hoboken. And they're looking in behind again, and Joe Braun again just straying a little bit offside. And it's Manhattan Celtic, who are just 4 points ahead right now of Hoboken on 37 points, as Beyond FC breaking down the right. Well dealt with by Segovia there. But Shamrock leading the table on 44, Manhattan Celtic on 41, and Hoboken on 37 in third. So if Manhattan Celtic lose the game tonight, Hoboken will just be 1 point behind them, and then with a really good chance of leapfrogging into that second place. There's still 6 games left in the season. A draw would still give them some hope of even getting that top promotion spot. And here comes James Reed, and looks like they're going to get 7th here. Here's Czernieski, and he's got his hat trick, and he will not get one easier than that. And it's just exhibition stuff now by Hoboken. And Czernieski, I think all 3 of his goals, it's not a knock on him at all. He's done well to get in the right position, but I think all 3 of them have been tap-ins. He's been the fox in the box today. And he's got his hat-trick. When those crosses are coming, he's been the one most alive to the ball. And we've got just a few minutes left in the game, and I think Hoboken just want this miserable afternoon to come to an end for them. It's fed out to the Binia, and he's a hopeful ball, but Martin easily dealing with that. And Pieter just taking too long on that, and he's not had enough service, Pieter, up front. It's made it very difficult for him to do a whole lot of this game. He's threatened once or twice with some half chances, but really need to see more of the ball to replicate that hat-trick he got the last time they played Hoboken. And Joe Braun's won that back, and he'd love to get on the score sheet, and he's cut inside, and he's going to have his chance, and it's come off the post. I think everyone knew exactly what he was going to do as soon as he got that ball, even though he's on the byline, and he very nearly did it. Really nice cut in, and just a couple of inches from getting himself on the score sheet today. And Gashi coming on the right back for Hamami. And out to Rafael. And Tadia. And Joe Braun is almost just standing on that back line as if getting ready for a relay race. Didn't get the ball that time. And Nielsen into Rafael. Getting into Pieters. There's Masood. And it's poor cross. But it's a little short by Daniel Herrera. Pogs was alert to it. And thought he'd got a superb pass out to Reed, just a little bit too high for him. And it's Jeffrey's just down. I think he's just got a little accidental hit on his shins as he went in for that tackle. The referee's just going to call a drop ball for that. Just stopping the play to make sure he's okay. And play does resume. Tazza up to James Reed, but that's a little loose. But there is the final whistle. Hoboken running out comfortable 7-1 winners to conclude a super afternoon for them. And depending upon that late night result, they're hot on the heels of the second place spot. Started off the game well, going 2-0 up in the first half and then just running away with it in the second with a Czerniewski poacher's hat-trick. All finishes off of crosses in the box. But very comprehensive display by Hoboken. Looked very assured of the back, kept the ball well, and created a lot of dangerous opportunities in behind the Beyond FC defence. And guys, that concludes our coverage of our first ever Division 1 game that Game and Frame has covered. Thank you so much for tuning in, and do not forget, we have got, starting at 6 p.m, Borgetto facing off against Sporting Club Eintracht in their second division. Borgetto, top of the table. Their first team is going to be kicking off at 8 p.m. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I hope to see you later today.